And we'll just, I probably would have had him do it a little bit different, but you live and learn. I would have rather had him just sprinkle them in, and I would just go back and thin them instead of pre-spacing them. Just because the germination is so slow on them. But it works out. I mean, I don't know. We can't really buy parsnips here, so any parsnip we get's really good.
Is a win, yeah.
And it's also one of those things like we really like them, but we don't really like them a lot. If that is meaning in the frequency we want to consume them. I want a parsnip when I want a parsnip.
Yeah,
I'll put it in a soup or something like that. But I would never take a parsnip and be like, let me chop up these parsnips and roast them. Like that's just not my jam,
Dude, I still haven't dug up all of my spring carrots, and they're not woody, right? And so I had to. So there's basically a row of carrots on either edge of the bed. So in the middle is kind of like maybe a little bit of weeds, and I had to hike my leg over into the middle of the bed to give myself some leverage to pull a carrot out because I've also not been watering it, so it's super dry, which isn't ideal. Like if you're leaving something in the garden like that. And so the carrots are still like as sweet gets. I'm not necessarily waiting for the frost because I'm, easily a month and a half off, of my first frost. So I don't want to leave them in there that long. But it's a good example of I'd rather a carrot any day over a parsnip, right? And I'd probably rather a beet over a carrot. So back to your beets, and I've had as much success growing beets as I have had carrots. Like it's, oh no, my screensaver
Uh-oh.
has brought up a squirrel and some type of freaked out. All right, moving on. I had to make our screen wider to not see it. So the beets were beautiful for me this spring. And a lot of beets say you can continue to sow all throughout summer, but any beet that I've sown in the summer has struggled. So I think it may just have been too warm for the beets that you got started.
What do you mean
Made that.
struggled? What do you mean struggled?
So the leafy tops will grow, but the root actually
Oh no,
developing.
these aren't even really growing like that. They're little sprouts, and then they've got brown spots on the sprouts. They just look like crap.
Oh,
I
oh,
don't
I'm
know,
sorry to
and
hear
it may be because it's too hot. I was as funny as when you were talking about. I literally was looking up like beet germination temperatures, and I mean we haven't been insanely hot,
Mm-hmm.
so this has been a very cool season. It would be the upper end of what they want, but I don't think it would do that. So I need to go out there and really take a good gander at it, and I may drop some more seeds in too, and just see what happens. But
Learn about this picture.
what is it?
Baby gray squirrels. Oh, come on. Let's move on to something else. See.
Are
All
you are
right.
you are you worried about what's going on in your screensaver right now?
I'm I'm easily distracted right now in my life.
Yeah. Okay. Okay.
White rhinoceros. Yeah, that's better.
Okay. This is a classic Backyard Gardens podcast episode. On Batavia's screensaver, we have a white rhinoceros. Um,
I can't figure out how to change it.
you're getting old. Technology is evading you now.
Once we get done, I'm just gonna shut down the computer.
Yeah, it's getting pretty bad. No, and as far as like the rest of my garden, like I just harvested my sweet potatoes,
I was gonna ask
so
about them,
I got about 50 pounds.
dude.
Yep. So last year I got about. Okay, we'll have to talk about this real quick. So try and just track what I'm about to talk about.
I'm
Last
making
year,
notes.
yeah, start making notes because it's gonna be confusing. Last year I grew in a 4x8 bed, and I got about 40 pounds, and I average about 40 pounds out of a 4x8 bed. So this year, when I added the gardens in the front, I had two 3x6 beds that went up front. Man, take that back, 4x6 beds. Nope, 3x6 beds. And so, yeah. Yeah. So I was a little bit worried. thinking that I was going to get more plants in there, like a significant amount. But then I had to take away a square foot from each end because I have the trellis in there too. So we ended up having a two 5x3 beds, which is 30 square feet, right? So what that ended up being is 2 square feet less than normal.
Mm-hmm.
So when I planted this year, I did a couple things. One, I spaced them farther apart because I wanted to get slightly bigger, or not slightly bigger, but more consistent sizes of potatoes. And two, the other thing that I did is I took the vines, and as I grew them, when they were young, I was putting them back in the dirt in the bed. And so
Mm-hmm.
they would form roots at those nodes to feed the plant even more. And I believe that's what led to us getting more sweet potatoes per bed. So, with less space. So next year, I'm debating whether or not to do two 4x8 beds.
Mm-hmm.
I
Mm-hmm.
need to really hammer out my plan if I'm going to do that because as you know, that ties up your garden beds for the whole season. That's
Yeah,
it.
you planted in those spaces in the spring, though, right?
Mm-hmm.
And are you going to replant now, or are you going to let them rest?
No, they're replanted.
Okay. Yeah, you have a really good like timing for yours, where you are able to get something on either side of it.
Yeah.
Um, but and it's a pretty low maintenance crop. My sweet potatoes are flowering more than I've ever seen them flower before. It's such a beautiful kind of purple, what's the flower that's really invasive?
Moonflower.
Moon. Moonflower is. I feel like
Yeah.
that's not right though. But let's go with that for
Morning
now.
glory.
Morning glory. That's
Moonflower
it.
is the
Yeah.
same thing, just blooms at night.
So I was just doing a quick search here, and it's like I always thought that it was a signal that the tubers are progressing. And then it's like, but you know what the other option is? Or it's under stress. And I'm like, come on, y'all. Like, yeah. Uh,
Mine flower every year. I don't think that, or if the greens look good, it's not under stress.
yeah, I don't think so. I don't think it's under stress either. But I also know I've done, which is okay, for, especially at this stage in growth. God has watered them, and it's now even hard to get underneath and get to the plants to get them water because there's such of this cluster. They're in the cage baby this year.
Yeah.
So you have the top of the cage baby that's covered with both weeds and the flowers from the sweet potatoes. But again, photosynthesis is working, man. Things are growing. They look kind of sparse close to the actual soil. Again, I think it's because of the way that they're growing and how much sun can get in those spaces. But we'll see.